bought this truck and we're excited to name it. We've asked our viewers to help us, and they've come up with some great names. Big Red, Clifford was, I think, one of the more popular ones, and that was a good name. A lot of people asked us or suggested that we name it after my dad because of the story that we told. And Lowell is just not a good truck name. But I like the idea of naming it after my dad, after your great-grandpa. But one thing and there was a suggestion, and my dad loved it, even better than peanut butter. He loved better than peanut butter. My dad liked more than anything else, and I think this name will reflect and always give me that memory of my dad and your great-grandpa every time we drive this here. And so, what was it that great-grandpa loved?
Tabasco!
Yep, absolutely. We love Tabasco. I didn't like it as a kid, but I love it now as an adult.
Well, he didn't like it as a kid because it started out as a punishment.
Yep.
For what, Chad?
Well, for naughty language mostly.
But it grew on him. That taste grew on him.
And doesn't this look like Tabasco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so thank you for your suggestions and input. This will be fun.
You know what, kids?
Can you close the back? We don't want to
Times have really changed because we used to ride in the back of these pickups all the time like this, but they don't do that
so
anymore.
much fun.
Yeah.
Probably not you.
Oh.
Yeah, get in the front, and we'll tell you a story.
Okay. All right. I want to make sure that this here doesn't make a big slamming noise, so don't drop it.
I like that.
Yay! It doesn't go like. It's just going.
Yep.
You picked the best. Now, can we do some brownies?
Me? I'm getting too old.
Okay, Ian, come sit on my lap.
Go get in the driver's side, Ruby.
Well, I don't want to go. I don't want to go in here in the.
Be quiet.
Okay.
Good, we've got your undivided attention.
Okay. So, is everyone here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now, if you'd watch our vlogs, you'd already know this story.
I watched your vlog.
Do you? Oh, okay. Very good. Okay. I'm just teasing. But seriously, if you would, it would help out. No. When your great-grandfather, he lived in Midway, and when he got to the point in his age when he couldn't live by himself, we put him in a rest home, and he knew that was about the stage of life that he was in. And Grandpa, he had bought and had a Suburban, station wagons, little Toyota economy cars, but he had always wanted a pickup. He grew up on a farm, and he worked his guts out as a boy, growing up until he went to college and then into the Army. He never owned a pickup truck, always wanted one. And so he was sitting in the rest home one day, and he called the dealership and says, you know, why don't you bring a red truck over so I can take a look at it? And they figured, oh, a rest home, no one's going to buy a truck at the rest home, but they were nice enough to bring a big red truck over, and they helped him up into the passenger seat, and oh, he sure thought that was pretty neat. You know, oh, this is a beautiful truck. This would be a nice truck to have. And the rest home, I was talking to my brother the other day to get the facts right, and so Uncle Calvin had called, or the rest home had called Uncle Calvin, who lived right there in the same town. So he went over to the rest home just to make sure that nothing was signed on the dotted line.
No,
but
they just did it
but they did it just to be nice and to, you know, show this old man, you know, a little bit of, you know, spend some time with him and, you know, let him live his daydream. But Grandpa never did get a pickup, and so when we were deciding what we wanted to do for our retirement, we decided, okay, well, we need a big red truck to pull our trailer. And we almost bought a trailer here a month ago, but we had no pickup to pull it with, so we thought, okay, let's put that on the back burner and go get the horse before the carriage.
Yeah.
So what other story would you like to hear about Grandpa or great-grandpa?
When did he get into the habit of liking Tabasco?
Oh, well,
Tabasco.
okay, so Tabasco has always been my nemesis when I was a little boy. That and horseradish. My dad loved hot sauce. He loved the Tabasco. He put it on everything. And so when me and my brothers would get, you know, rough housing and then would eventually get mad at each other, we'd end up cussing each other and or get mad, you know, we'd just swear once in a while. Not very often, but a whole lot. And so,
Not very often, but a whole lot.
so Grandma, the only thing that she could think of was to get some of Grandpa's Tabasco sauce and make us stick our tongue out and put 2 or 3 drops on, and if we'd just sit still, it would have been just 1 or 2 drops, but we were always, you know, shaking and moving and trying to avoid it, and Mom finally just started we'd get Tabasco all over our lips, our tongue, once in our eyes, and oh, it was horrible. So, but we never did learn. So when you're taking your punishment, stick your tongue out, take it easy, take it like you deserved it, and it'll be a lot less worse. Trying to duck and move and avoid that. But anyway, I think that's where I kind of got the desire and the liking of that stinging in my mouth and being able to burn.
Well, aren't you glad Grandpa doesn't have to wait till he's in a retirement home to call up the dealership and have him bring him a pickup over?
Yep.
And you know what? It's a pickup. Everybody in the flippin' world calls it a truck. It is not a truck if it doesn't have 10 wheels.
Yep. So now you know.
I drove a truck when I was a kid on the farm. A truck is a truck. A truck has at least 10 wheels. This is not a truck. This is a pickup.
It's a pickup. or a rig.
Ask anybody from Idaho.
Yep.
It's a pickup.
Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Oh.
You're so good to...
Now just promise me you'll hand this on to me when I turn 16.
Now can we have the
Well, he
ride?
calls it his death truck. It is not his death truck. I wish he would stop talking like that. I gotta get my death truck because he thinks it'll last him the rest of his life. I'm like,
Till I die.
no, this
Well,
is
if I
not your
take care of
death
it and
truck.
maintain it,
Yeah,
it could
but
be my
it's not
death
gonna
It
truck.
will last you until I get money.
Are you guys getting tired of hearing about my tile project? maybe I've filmed more than I've showed, but oh my goodness, we are finally seeing some good results. This was a bigger project than we expected it to be, and it wasn't the tiling itself, it was getting the
Demolition.
it was getting the sheetrock strong enough to hold the tile after the demolition. So I finally cut this piece of sheetrock out back here. Did you measure it wrong? Oh, I hate that. I finally cut this piece of sheetrock out back here and just put in a whole new piece of sheetrock. But I should have done that over here because there was a piece right in here that got really soft, and I was able to fix it with mesh. What's the matter, Chad? You're cussing back here.
I know. I've measured twice,
And
and I
you
have
still-
to cut 3 times.
Do you have to get a new piece?
Well, I probably, I don't know.
Oh.
Is this here garbage right here?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we make a lot of mistakes. it would be really easy to get into a fight.
Oh, easy.
Because we have.
And you are very, very patient with me.
Yeah, you're a jerk.
I am. When I cut it wrong, I am.
Friends?
Oh, still, yes.
Okay, good.